Hi guys, Chosen Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to episode 8 of season 1 of Doctor Who. Let's get into it.
Who's that? It's your daddy. You weren't old enough to remember when he died. 1987, 7th of November. Oh, I'd love to have seen you now.
Could we go and see my dad when he was still alive?
As long as you don't try to prevent it.
I want to see him.
Your wish is my command, but be careful what you wish for.
Like, I'm happy that she gets to see her dad, but I'm also worried. I mean, I don't think she would try to prevent it. I know that I'm pretty sure she respects that. I guess the time traveling rules, but still.
Suzanne. Anita.
I'll just carry on. It's good enough a lady die. I only wish there'd been someone there for him.
Maybe you can now be there for
I want to
him.
be that someone so he doesn't die alone.
November the 7th.
Day my father died.
And with this music.
Might be all sort of grim and stormy. It's just an ordinary day.
The past is another country.
Oh God, this is it.
Should you see this?
He can't die on his own. Can I try again?
I thought we were gonna have some wacky fun. Whoa, 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 What? Oh, Rose. Oh, no, no, no. You're not supposed to save his life.
You and your boyfriend need a lift.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. That look. A very pissed off alien?
It wasn't some big plan. I just saw it happening and I thought, I can stop it.
I did it again. I picked another stupid ape.
Oh.
I know how sad you are. You'll be back in a minute. Will you hang around outside the TARDIS waiting for me? And I'll make you wait a long time!
Once again, I don't want to know what it looks like. I really don't, actually. What?
I think he left me.
What, a pretty girl like you? If I was going out with you.
Stop!
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying, and we're not going there. And no...
Well, where are they? I don't think something's gone wrong. Maybe it's a godsend. Gives you time to think.
They're all dead.
You don't have to go through with it, not these days.
Huh? Huh? Oh, God, no, 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 no.
That's right.
Good job and all.
Check the messages.
Everything is getting so screwed up.
Is that a phone?
Yeah.
Hello? Who's this?
Where's that useless article of a dad got to?
Guess they're heading for that, divorce. Oh, shit!
Dad!
Oh! What's to fix the mistake?
That would be... your baby.
That would be you.
Another one of yours, is she?
She saved my life.
Another one of
That's a
yours.
new one. What was it last
Eek.
time? You bring home cut price detergents, tonic water, Betamax tapes, and none of it.
Not a
works.
healthy, happy
I'm
marriage.
drowning in your rubbish.
Oh my God. Whoa, what the fuck? I thought they got killed and then they get snatched away, but they just straight up disappeared. They just vanished. They just got Thanos'd.
Get in the church!
Yeah, get in the church. This is not a time for some kind of happy reunion. Get in the freaking... What the? Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, never mind. They do eat them up and all of that. I thought they... Yeah.
An accident in time, a wound in time. They're like bacteria taking advantage. Jackie Tyler, do as I say. Go and check the doors.
I can't get it to work. I
Oh,
keep getting this voice.
the Watson message.
Come here. I need you. Watson.
That's the very first phone call. Alexander Graham Bell.
Oh, that's what that is.
Is this my fault?
How the hell did they kill the people in the playground so fast without any screaming? He has to be hit. He has to be killed.
Was that a car?
It's not important. Don't worry about it.
I gave you my car keys. You don't give your keys to a complete stranger. You called me Dad. See it. In my eyes. Jackie's attitude. The rose grown
Gee. Can I cry in peace?
I don't know what this is all about. And I know we're not important.
Who said you're not important? I've never had a life like that. I'll try and save you.
What's the future like?
Well, you won't be in it.
It's not so different.
What am I like? Have I gone grey?
Oh my god, wait, what?
Do you know him?
That's Mickey?
Now, Rose, you're not going to bring about the end of the world, are you?
I think I just imprinted myself on Mickey like a mother chicken.
No. You're both the same person. That's a paradox, and we don't want a paradox happening.
And just simply existing near each other doesn't give a paradox? Okay.
I'm not stupid.
You could have fooled me.
Are we gonna keep on fighting?
Just tell me you're sorry.
I am. I'm sorry.
It's telling me it's still connected to the TARDIS. The inside of my ship was thrown out of the wound, but we can use this to bring it back. And once I've got my ship back, then I can mend everything.
Am I a good dad?
You told me a bedtime story every night when I was small. You took us for picnics in the country every Saturday. You never let us down.
That's not me.
Right, no one touches that key. Have you got that? Don't touch it. Anyone touches that key, it'll be, well, zapped. Just leave it be and everything will be fine.
Don't worry. The thing that you change will stay changed.
You mean I'll still be alive,
Oh,
though I'm meant to be dead? I'm your dad. It's my job for it to be my fault.
Her dad? How are you her dad? How old were you? 12? Oh.
It's the same Rose.
wait! Don't touch it! What the fuck are we doing? Oh, for crying out loud!
I'm the oldest thing in here.
Oh my god! I don't wanna sound morbid, but please tell me that if the dads get hit by that car, everything will be solved.
You didn't want to go through it again, or if there was another way. Now there isn't. For once in your life, trust me, it's got to be done. You got to survive, because you got to bring up our daughter. I was never there for you,
You would have been.
but I can do this for you. I can be a proper dad to you now. You're going to be there for me, love? Thanks for saving me. Goodbye, love. Go to it, quick.
People say there was this girl, and she sat with Pete while he was dying. She held his hand. Then she was gone.
The most wonderful man in the world died the 7th of November, 1987.
Alright, this was episode 8 of season 1, and it was a lot. A lot, but in a good way. I do think this was, for me at least, the best episode so far. Hit me on different levels, and I thought the acting was great, and even though again it was hard to watch, I did love the storyline. You know, right off the bat, we're merely, seeing how, Rose is telling the doctor how she, how she lost her dad, and how her mom, told little Rose about the day he passed, and I guess kind of romanticizing her dad, which of course understandable. I don't think you're gonna talk bad about, about the father while it's already bad enough that your daughter doesn't have one. So I was a little bit worried when Rose asked the doctor if they could time travel to the day he died. I was like, okay, I understand that you want to see him, that you want to maybe, not just want to see him, but more importantly, want to make sure that he wouldn't die alone. But I was like, I hope you're not going to prevent it. And I think I said something about, yeah, I don't think Rose would do that. I think she knows that that's a big no-no. But I was also like, if you're getting emotional, and of course, who wouldn't if you see your freaking father die? So yeah, it was very hard to see her stand there with the doctor, and I was definitely grateful that he was there for her. He was comforting her, and he was also, giving her another chance, because at first, when she saw, the accident happen, even though she was there to comfort him, she couldn't. Which makes totally sense. I wouldn't even be capable of standing there if I was her. So I was happy that she got another chance. A little bit nervous when we saw this second set of the doctor and Rose. But still, I don't know. I didn't think that she would try to prevent it. I thought maybe we're gonna have different sets because she keeps on trying, and then eventually one of them will spot them and things will go wrong because of that. But yeah, I should have known that. How can you not try to stop it, even if you know that it's dangerous or it's wrong or it's supposed to happen like that? How can you not try to save your parent? So I was not mad at her. I was mainly very stressed out immediately and more scared, like, oh no, now the doctor is going to be mad. Oh, the horror. And just like, okay, she saved him, but we all know he's gonna have to end up dead at some point. Plus, what are going to be the consequences? I kept on waiting for the consequences, but I didn't think they would be, I guess, that bad. I'm still. But even more upsetting than those flying things and the events that followed that up is this big fight I had, and how the doctor was saying something like, I should have known you're another one of those stupid apes. I was shocked. Was like, no, don't. It felt like he was almost saying it to me, like, hey, but yeah, Rose was pretty confident that he wouldn't leave her, and of course he wouldn't. But it was still very upsetting to see. But again, I can understand why Rose did what she did. I mean, again, how can you? You can't just turn that off, those emotions. But I also understand why the doctor was very upset. So yeah, they split up for a while, and I was still like, okay, what's going on? And of course, we saw this red vision thing going on. I thought it would be something, of course, something bad, but I do think I underestimated it. So yeah, when we do get this reveal of what they look like, there's these weird, almost dragon-like things, very video gamey. I wouldn't say I was a fan of the design, but I don't even care that much at that point, because people were disappearing, people were getting killed. Again, I thought at first they were just vanishing, but then we saw how is it Groom? The Groom's father, I believe, died. Yeah, that was too much. And of course, I didn't know at the time, but little Mickey managed to escape. Oh man, that was definitely a very tense scene in the playground. How one for one people kept disappearing, and then finally the one who was pushing him on the swings disappeared as well. Ugh, I was so scared that we'd get that little kid, and I more because it was Mickey. I also like this, I guess, that because I was wondering, why do they have to go into the church? I don't think we're gonna go the religious angle. So I like that they went into the church, and because there's this, I don't know, for some reason, if the older you are, the stronger you are. So it makes sense why they went into the church, because churches are, old. But I thought it was interesting that they, you know, it also makes sense that they go after the little ones first then, because, you know, they're very young. Um, of course, also the explanation that those little dragon-like things were some kind of bacteria, because of the fact that Rose, I guess, screwed up the timeline. You have these time wounds, and with wounds, you know, you have to be careful bacteria, and I guess also time wounds also have their own bacteria. And I think around this time, or maybe even before, we already saw the car that was supposed to hit Rose's father was like appearing, and then the moment where it was supposed to hit her dad, it disappeared. So immediately you're like, okay, something has to happen with that car, and probably the car is constantly appearing because the father has to be hit again. So you have that as well, that's constantly building up the dread even more. You know, because we all know it's gonna one reason or another, we're gonna end up there. He's going to have to be hit with the car. So I was very, you know, surprised later on, when the doctor, you know, when the key was very hot, and he was like, hey, this means it's still connected to the TARDIS, and he told everyone, if you don't touch the key, if you don't do that, then everything will be fine. Plus, which he told Rose later on, what she would have changed, so preventing her father's death, would actually be maintained. I was very surprised with that. I didn't think that would be one of the solutions. You know, that one of the solutions would actually also give her dad. I thought that she would have to end up without him, which, okay, eventually was the case, but still. But yeah, again, it's very hard to see the Doctor and Rose having arguments or being angry over each other or being hurt over each other. Although I do think it's, you know, I do think you get more invested, if it's well written, of course. If at time to time they have these disagreements, and of course, you know, it wouldn't make sense for Rose to just agree with everything that the Doctor does, or to just be very, I guess, not the Doctor is, but for lack of better words, like clinical about things, like, oh yeah, of course I can totally shut down my emotions and not try to save my dad because the time laws and all of that. And I do, you know, of course he empathizes with her, but also he at the end of the day, we still have to make sure that we don't get time wounds and other weird things. But it was definitely hard hitting when he told her as well, like, don't you, like, what about me? You know, he lost all of his people. He's the only one left of the Time Lords, and it's not like he, you know, turned back time to try to prevent that or try to save them. You know, he also doesn't take those risks. And again, he's all alone. So yeah. So other than what I already mentioned, what made me uncomfortable was definitely also that the Doctor wasn't, you know, he wasn't confident. He didn't have a plan, as he said. Like, usually he's pretty much having a blast. Of course, he's still, it's not like he doesn't have stress at all, but usually it seems like he's in control. It seems like he has a pretty good handle of things. He kind of knows, like, what he has to do to make things right, to fix certain, you know, errors in the timeline. But now you could clearly see it. He didn't even need to say it, but you could clearly see it. He was like, what are we going to do? How are we going to get out of the situation? You know, if the key thing didn't happen, I mean, it definitely felt hopeless at times in this episode. Again, there was such a big amount of dread, and it kept on building, and ugh. Yeah, I definitely felt tense. Also, you know, Rose had these conversations with her dad, and of course she didn't want to say at first that he was a father. I mean, she didn't say it at all. He found that out himself. Yeah, it was very painful, you know, not just because he literally told her, you know, that's not me, when she was describing how he was such a good dad for her, you know, telling him all those great things, you know, perfect dad stuff. And he was, you know, again, he said, that's not me. Before that, she already got, I guess, this sort of reality check with seeing the fight between Jackie and her dad. Clearly things weren't all, you know, rainbows and pink and yay. their marriage wasn't going that great. I mean, definitely, yeah. I don't think they would have stayed together, and if they would have stayed together, I don't think it would have been a healthy relationship, or a great environment for Rose to grow up in. So yeah, she got this reality check, by that, and also by him literally saying that. It's definitely more complicated. I'm definitely not saying he would have definitely been a bad dad or so. I'm not saying that, but it's also clear that, hey, either even if he wouldn't have died, that doesn't necessarily mean life would have been perfect or something. But I was wondering if he would figure out that he's a dad. I mean, she literally said that, but still, it can be. It's not. Still, a little bit weird to say to this grown woman, like, "Hey, you're my daughter." Like, who will believe that? So, I was happy he figured out, so she didn't have to, I guess, try to convince him. And even more because she actually got to spend some time with him for real, not just with him not knowing who she is, but actually knowing, like, this is my grown-up daughter and I love her so much. And and also, like, again, constantly we saw the car. I was like, when are we going? Like, even the doctor saw the car, but he didn't say anything about it the moment. And at first, I was like, why is he not telling them? Or maybe, but then I was like, okay, maybe he's not ready to tell Rose, like, hey, by the way, we're gonna have to kill your dad. But then, like I said, when he had this other solution, it started clear that he was really trying to find a way for her to be able to have a father. He didn't just, oh, this will solve it, this is the easy way. He was really trying to find an alternative. And at the end, by going for that direction, he actually ended up freaking dying. I'm still shocked. Like, what the hell? That was so messed up. We had this whole group of people in the church, and he was going into the front, and I thought, oh yeah, because he's the oldest. But what is even the use if you're gonna be eaten up in a second anyway? Oh god. I don't know. It was so disturbing. Like, again, normally when I see the doctor's like, okay, he's pretty much in charge most of the time. I mean, of course, things still go wrong, but But he literally got eaten up. It's like, who the fuck is gonna solve it now? Excuse me. So yeah, her dad, just as he figured out that he's her father, he also figured out, like, oh, this car that it appeared, that is the car that was supposed, that would have killed me, and it's gonna have to happen. I'm gonna have to correct that. But it says a lot that he was able to do that, though. As he told Rose, he was like, let me be a proper dad. And luckily, before he sacrificed himself, we also got a moment between him, Rose, and Jackie. And even though it was very messed up and sad, he did end up sacrificing himself, but luckily this time, Rose was with him. He wasn't alone, and I like that we also got to see that, that changed, like, how Jackie told the story to little Rose. Now Rose could at least grow up with knowing that he wasn't alone when he died. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was a very, very good episode. I'm still a little bit like, yeah. I'm still a little bit shook. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just a very, very, very good episode. Very emotional though. And even though that I do think it was a very good episode, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really hoping the next one will be definitely less dramatic than this one. Like, whew. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.